Welcome to Care for Europe's weekly update of news about life, family and liberty around Europe. On August 11th, at their annual meeting, Amnesty International decided that they would support the decriminalisation of the sex trade. This includes pimping, buying sex and running a brothel. The decision comes despite strong opposition from anti-trafficking organisations and Hollywood stars. Amnesty International Secretary General Shalil Shetty said that sex workers are one of the most marginalised groups in the world who in most instances face constant risk of discrimination, violence and abuse. Care for Europe have been among the voices that have argued for the criminalisation of the purchase of sexual services. This move by Amnesty will go directly in the face of the evidence that shows the strong link between prostitution and human trafficking. A 75-year-old woman took her own life in Switzerland last month at one of the country's assisted suicide clinics. Jill Farrow was completely healthy, and yet in an interview before her death, she did not like the idea of growing old. "I have just gone over the hill now," she said. "It's not going to get better. I've looked after people who are old on and off all my life. I've always said, I am not getting old. I do not think old age is fun." Finally, looking further afield to the United Nations, this week has seen the conclusion of the drafting process for the Sustainable Development Goals. Many pro-life and pro-family groups are deeply concerned about the use of gender ideology, the pushing for sexual reproductive health and rights, and for comprehensive sexual education to be rolled out across the UN. It wasn't all bad news. There were voices of protest from African nations and the Middle East, but nevertheless there were quiet voices amidst many who are pushing a very strong liberal ideology.